Hi, my name's Warner Gibbs and I was working with Qantas since 1959 until I retired in 1990. Many years of fun. I started off in engineering, didn't like it, so I transferred to cabin crew in 1961 and there I stayed until my retirement. Well, my favourite naturally was the last one when I had 4 red bars on the arm as a flight service director. I'd flown since 1961 when I came out of the training school until that retirement. The one that I didn't mind but nobody liked was the orange jacket and the brown trousers. But the last one was a very smart uniform. It was like a suit, really. The early ones we had the white caps, and when we were in London, they rang me up and said, "You're going on a flight tomorrow to New York." And I said, "Yes, that's right." They said, "Well, we want you to Ajax your hat." I said, "Well, why?" And they said, "We can't tell you, but we just want it nice and clean." As it turned out, on the flight, I was in the back cabin, I was the senior, we had the Duke and Duchess of Kent. Well, the Duchess of Kent was flying to New York and they wanted us to look smart. So we had to make sure that our white cap, and that was, I suppose it was more of a type of suit, but that was, in those days, it was more like a navy suit. And they had no other choice. But they were tailor-made, and they fitted you nicely, as did later on. You just got a uniform, if it fitted you, that was yours. But that was the one that I probably didn't like. Was, I mean, you could walk down the street on the way to the airport and you stood out like a dog's tail, you know. You were there in all this coloured gear. But yeah, but probably the last one because it was very smart. In the early stages, they would put 1 row of 3 seats aside, so you would have 3 off at once sitting in those seats, and you would then allocate, depending on the length of the sector that you're on, how long you would have off. Then came the seat in the back of the tail, then they put in bunk beds. Now, I never went in one because I find them a bit narrow. And then I was then a flight service director, so then you might be required with a problem during the night. So I was happy to sit down on one of the crew seats, there was one near the galley, and have my break there. Some of them used to like lying in them. So, I don't even know how many bunks there were then. I think there were 3, I'm not sure. My very last flight was on the 767, and we didn't know when I'd put the roster in, because I would have gone back to London, I would have had one last look and meet some people that we met when we were on the basing. But they didn't tell us they were going to retire us. And they said, well, when the rosters came out, and then there was a note saying, "You are now going to be retired because you've reached retirement age." Well, that's fair enough. We agreed to that. So I'd reached the big age of 50. And I wanted to go another 6 months because my younger daughter was getting married. So I was going to be home for the wedding. However, the money was a little bit of a problem. But I mean, we had the super coming in. So we did the trip, and it was across the Tasman and coming back. And when the captain made an announcement, said, you know, our chief steward or our flight service director, this is his last trip and he's retiring. There was a chap come off and he said, "I know what you're going through." And he said, "Here's a medallion for you." He said, "But keep it a secret." And it was a Manchester police medallion. And I've still got that. And he said, because I've just retired, and he said, "I've still got that." So he said, "It's yours." And that was my last trip in Qantas.